Okay, so here's the business development app, and you can see that CETA's business development has no customers in there at this time. Um, what you're looking at is effectively a spreadsheet with a bunch of columns, um, some of which may be of value and some may not be of value. Uh, we can slide all the way to the right over there and then slide back and basically see all of the column names. This tool here, the tab tools, if you click on that, it shows you all of the columns in the same sequence that they are over there. And you can change the sequence by dragging and dropping and hit the save button. And that just changes it for you, not for everybody in your company, so that they can have their own settings. If you hit the reset values to default, it'll set it back to the default that we have it to right now. So I'm going to close that without saving it, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at just to add a row, add a customer, a dummy customer. So this lets you choose a customer type, and there's some default customer types in there for you. A site type, which we haven't got any definitions for site type for you, which we could put in there. Customer location code, which is mandatory, and a customer name, which is also mandatory, which is why you have that special green background. So let's just say that the customer's name is Enbridge. So I'll go and put in Enbridge over there. And let's just say that it's the Calgary office. So that's their location, kind of a unique code. That's what that's for. And then you can say Enbridge pipelines. And hit the save button. And basically you've got that customer entered. You can add more information. For instance, you know it's in Canada, so you can put in a CA and the letter C, and I got Canada right away. Now if you go into the next field, it has already limited you to Canadian provinces. If you go to the next one after that, it's limited you to Alberta cities. And if the city that you want is not in the pick list, we've got another way for you to put it in here, so that we can add it in later after the fact, or you could let us know. Going further to the right, you can put a mailing address. You can put a customer website address if you wish. You can put a lead manager, for instance, and you can choose from your team of people. So even though I entered it, I'm putting you in as a lead manager. If you hit save, and you can see that there's some more columns, but they're all dark green, which means they're read only. So when you hit the save button there, you can see that the next follow update, the date since the last conversation, those are 3 computed columns that'll only show up when you got some, oh, there'll be some data there as you go. And we've just added the first customer. There's a couple of columns. Okay, we can go back to this and choose a customer type. For example, this is an owner. There's an owner, and we hit save. So it's an asset owner is what I mean by owner. And then you've got this thing called, the first column is these drill down tools, and we'll add a contact by hitting plus, hitting that, what is a 0, and you get to put in the contact name, that's the name of the contact, and the email address. Every contact needs an email address. Oh, it doesn't have to. You can hit save at this point, and that's good enough. You don't have to put in a whole lot of information if you don't have it. But later on, you could add more information. And then the next drill down here takes you for each contact, you can actually record a conversation with each contact. For instance, I've done that there, and say, talked on the phone to contact to see name. And if you want to put in a follow-up date, you can, or it'll keep track of this conversation date for you. So what I've done is I've added a customer. I drilled down to contact, added a contact, and I drilled down and added a conversation note and put the conversation in here. And now you have some data. If I go back here and refresh the screen, you'll see that there's a number 1 that tells me I've got 1 contact for this 1 customer. And I can drill down deeper, and that 1 customer has 1 contact. That is the 1 contact, but there's 1 conversation. So this becomes a counter of that. It's a long enough video. I'm going to stop, and we can talk some more about the deletes and adds later.